booktube friends, welcome back to Under the Radar Books. I'm Brittany and today I want to do a book haul. I am happy to say that all of these have either come from book vouchers I got for Christmas, friends, or publishers for an honest review. So I haven't spent any of my own money on these, which is really awesome. Also, Dr. Watson wants to say hi. Hi, buddy. Hi. So I'm going to start with the books that I got from publishers. This is kind of a lot of books. Hopefully this isn't too long. I will try to keep the synopsises short. The first book that I have was sent by Freight Books, and it is Fishnet by Kristin, and this has been making its round on booktubes. A lot of my friends have read it and absolutely adored it. This is about a 20-year-old girl who disappears, and before she disappeared, she was a prostitute. And the book follows Fiona, who is trying to find Rona, who disappeared, and I believe she gets drawn into a very complicated world involving sex workers and that type of thing. I've heard that it's a very powerful read, so I'm really excited to get to it, and I will be doing a review for this one. The next book is also from Freight Books, and they sent me Silma Hill by Iain Maloney, and I believe this is a mystery book. It involves witchcraft and almost like a gothic type novel, which I really love. I saw that Jean got it from Jean's Bookish Thoughts, and I believe that she enjoyed it, and I think I will be doing a buddy read for this one with a couple other booktubers, so stay posted on a review and some more information about that. The next book that I was sent is from Scribner, and it is The Children's Home by Charles Lambert, and this was in my most anticipated releases for January, and I really want to go into this pretty blind. I know that it's been compared to Shirley Jackson's writing. It is a gothic horror novel, and I cannot wait to get to it. It's a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, which is okay, because I know sometimes short books can really pack a powerful punch. So I will be hopefully getting to this very soon. The next book that I have is from Tin House, and this is The Sleep Garden by Jim Crusoe. And I saw this on Jen Campbell's channel. She had this in her most anticipated releases, and I'll read you the back. It says, in an underground apartment building called the Burrow, essentially purgatory, twilight souls inhabit the space between life and death. Interwoven with their stories are those of the inhabitants of the living world, a retired sea captain, a psychotic former child actor, and the technicians who monitor the Burrow, making sure its occupants have a constant supply of oxygen and food. Through all of their stories and the ways in which their lives, past and present, intertwine, Jim Crusoe creates a surprisingly poignant picture of life which remains when we die and the interconnection of all experience. So I'm super excited to get to this. It sounds absolutely wonderful. Tin House is a great publishing house. I absolutely adore them and all the things that they bring out. Also, this cover's amazing. And this one is also from Tin House, and it is Relief Map by Rosalie Knecht. I'm not sure how to say that last name. And I'm going to read you the blurb of this one. It's also very good. It says, in the heat of a stifling summer in the Rust Belt town of Lomath, Pennsylvania, 16-year-old Livy Marcos babysits, hangs out with her best friend Nelson, and waits for a bigger life to begin. Her lazy summer is quickly disrupted when the electricity is cut off and the bridges are closed by the police and FBI agents. A fugitive from the Republic of Georgia is on the run and has taken refuge in nearby hills, and no one is able to leave or enter Lomath until he is found. As the police fail to find the wanted man and hours stretch into days, the citizens of Lomath begin to buckle under the strain. Like Russian dolls, each hostage seems to be harboring a captive of their own. Even Livy's parents may have something to conceal, and Livy must learn that the source of danger is not always what it appears. So another great cover. I've heard really wonderful things about this, and I just can't wait to get to it. This next one was sent to me by Jean over at Jean's Bookish Thoughts, and she was getting rid of some books that she just didn't feel like she would get to, and so she asked if anyone wanted them, and I had to snag this one up because I've been eyeing it for a long time. I originally heard about it on the Book Riot podcast, and it sounds so interesting. It is about two elderly people who find solace in each other, not in a relationship type of way, but just as a friendship. They're both on their own, and they end up finding each other and creating a very special bond, and it just sounds very beautiful and quite wonderful, and I am hoping to get to it soon. These next books are all ones that I got with book vouchers from the holidays, and I am And I got a lot of them on betterworldbooks.com, which I will put in the description bar down below. They're one of my favorite companies to order from. Every time you buy a book from them, they actually send a book to someone in need. And so it just makes me feel really good buying books from them, knowing that I'm helping other people out and sharing the love of reading. They also have wonderful prices and free worldwide shipping. So anyways, that's my little plug for Better World Books because I just adore them. So the first book that I got from them is The Seas by Samantha Hunt. And one of my most anticipated books of this year is Mr. Splitfoot. This is by the same author. And it says, a lovesick and awkward young woman haunted by the ocean that her father disappeared into years before convinces herself she is a mermaid to escape her dreary small town life and find her true identity. So it sounds like a coming of age kind of gothic novel. I love anything that involves mermaids, so really excited to get that one. Next up, I ordered The Book Collector by Alice Thompson. This has also been going around BookTube, and it is almost like a horror novel. I'm pretty sure the main character ends up in a psychiatric hospital, and I know that it has a lot of fairy tale elements, so it just sounds right up my street. Next up is Alice by Christina Henry, and this says, in a warren of crumbling buildings and desperate people called the Old City stands a hospital with cinder block walls that echo the screams of poor souls inside. In the hospital, there's a woman. Her hair, once blonde, hangs in tangles down her back. She doesn't remember why she's in such a terrible place, just a tea party long ago, and long ears and blood. Then one night, a fire at the hospital gives the woman a chance to escape. She tumbles out of the hole that imprisoned her, leaving her free to uncover the truth about what happened to her all those years ago. Only something else has escaped with her, something dark and something powerful. To find the truth, she will have to track this beast to the very heart of the Old City, where the rabbit waits for his Alice. So this just sounds so brilliant. It's been blurred by a couple of really cool authors that I love, and so I'm hoping that it lives up to all the hype. Next is Belzhar from Meg Wolitzer, and I heard about this from Olive's channel, A Book Olive. I can't remember what video she talked about it in, but it just really caught my attention. And it is a YA book, and I think it deals with mental illness, and it just sounds really fascinating. I absolutely love the cover, and I got it for a great price, and so I'm really excited to give it a try. Next, I have The Trilogy of Two by Juman Malouf, and I actually got this for Christmas. It just came a little bit late. And this is a middle grade book about two twins that I believe join a circus, I want to say, but it sounds very whimsical, and I love this cover so much. This might be one of my favorite books that I own. It's so beautiful, and also it wraps around all the way to the back. I just think it's so gorgeous, and I love having middle grade books at hand to read when I'm either in a book slump or just not sure what to pick up, because they're usually really light and wonderful, so very excited for this one. Next up is The Beach Hut by Cassandra Parkin, and I heard about this on Jen Campbell's channel. I know this is an author that she really enjoys. I know her stories have a lot of fairy tale elements in them, so I'm really excited to give her a try. And when I got it, I was very excited to see that Jen Campbell actually put a blurb on the front of the book, and she said, a beautiful maze of hidden pasts, family ties, and fairy tales. So that sounds perfect for me. Next up, I got How a Mother Weaned Her Girl from Fairy Tales by Kate Bernheimer. And I believe that these are short story collection, almost like contemporary fairy tales, which you guys know I love fairy tales. And so I'm really excited to get to that. It's very, it's quite short, and it has these fun little illustrations in it. So I'm hoping that I will be able to pick this up soon and do a review for it. And then also I ordered The Miniature Wife and Other Stories. I heard about this on Book Riot podcast as well. It's a collection of magical realism short stories that just sounds so interesting. It sounds like there's a wide range, some that are funny, some that are kind of haunting, and I had never heard about it before, and I love finding new short story collections to try, so I had to pick this one up. The next three books that I got are from my Book of the Month club that I got as a gift for my birthday. So the ones that I got were Barbara the Slut and Other People by Lauren Holmes. I believe the Book Riot talks about this as well as being a really wonderful short story collection. It isn't magical realism, which is kind of rare for me as far as short stories go, but I just heard such good things about it, and I will be doing a buddy read of this with Elena over at Elena Reads Books, and so I'm really excited to be able to discuss this one. The next one that I picked was The Sound of Gravel by Ruth Foreigner. This is a memoir about a young girl who is coming of age in a polygamous community. She's like the 29th child out of 40 some kids, and it just sounds so fascinating, really haunting, and I've been trying to read a lot more nonfiction, and so I'm hoping that this will be a good one to pick up. And last but not least, the book that I picked with Book of the Month was The Verdict by Nick Stone, and this was selected by Liberty Hardy, who is one of my favorite people in the world. She recommends such wonderful books, and this is a crime thriller, and it sounds so interesting. It says, when Terry Flint gets the chance to defend a millionaire accused of murder, he knows that the case could make his career, but the accused man just happens to be Flint's greatest enemy. So it sounds super exciting, really thrilling, and I really want to read a little bit more crime. I'm definitely in the mood for it, so I probably will pick this one up very soon. So please leave me some comments down below if any of these sound interesting to you, if you have read them or if you want to read them. I really want to get talking. And until next time, I hope you guys all have wonderful weeks and happy reading.